welcome to Critical Hit and Major Spoilers Podcast. Thank you so much for checking us out this week. Oh, man, people are waking up left and right. We've been shuffling some dead bodies around in the early morning light. I don't know what's going to happen next, Rodrigo.
Are you writing like a folk song?
I am. And it will end. The very last episode of this story was that we're all just dust in the wind.
It's like the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Sorry, too soon.
Rodrigo, where are we going besides to see Old Radon?
Well, that's where I thought you were going.
Oh, on Critical Hit.
Elegant.
Yeah,
Gotta keep this is why he hates us. You know that, right?
I do feel that more and more the end cue for Uncritical Hit should be like, "What's happening?
We're confused. Rodrigo, help us.
Why?"
Why would Rodrigo help us? He's the one who's causing the confusion most of the time.
Well, it has been a couple of weeks since we've sat
Don't sell
down.
yourselves short.
Yeah. You're a tremendous
Sowing
son.
the confusion?
I am proud to only give you guys exactly as much rope as you need.
Well, and we are quite gifted at hanging ourselves with virtually nothing.
Mm-hmm. So I barely have to do any work. In any case, yes, I believe last time
On Critical
Hit.
you guys were going to see Ulradon. Randus was already there. It was the other four of you that were heading over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're off
And
to see
did
the
Barrett
Dork.
decide to come with us, or did she decide to stick back again?
I think she was going to stay back and deal with the potential of, like, you know, people walking over to the corpses or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Her and Otto.
Mhm.
All right, then. Walking we shall go through the streets in the town.
He's writing a song again, you guys.
All right. So, yep, you guys find your way down to the Undercity. And that appears to be active as well. There are people moving around down there. It seems to be about a similar number of people. Like, the city's not completely full, but there are lights and other things. Several buildings seem to be active. Others are still just kind of sitting there.
Does there seem to be any reason, any sort of anything that we can identify why certain people are awakening first?
I mean, not at a glance.
We're pretty awesome with the perception is all. I'm going to watch for that.
Okay.
Going to actively watch for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you guys can make it to the dome unchallenged in any way.
Well, that's good. Nobody seems too shocked or surprised by some non-dwarven people walking around.
If you guys like go out of your way to be seen, they might give you a weird look. But most of the time, A, they're not paying attention to you, and B, you can, because there's so few people, you can just not walk by anyone.
Oh, okay.
Or walk in such a way that no one's gonna get in your way.
Are all the people we're seeing dwarves?
Yep, they're all dwarves.
Okay.
So as you approach the dome, you find once you sort of get onto the dome, you know, you gotta like flip onto it. You feel a strange vibration originating from it.
Like the sound of a hammer being struck onto something?
Yeah, somewhat like that. If, you know, it was a hammer the size of a cart, you know, onto an anvil, you know, you multiply the size, and, you know, it's pretty large anvil.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it interfering with our ability to move in any way?
Not really. It's just kind of shaking up the place a little.
Sure. I think we'll proceed.
Okay. You guys go into the dome. Have to flip around a little to get around, and then you get to the anteroom to Ulradan's shop, and you spot Randus outside.
Oh, hey, Randus.
Hey guys.
Have you been in to see Ulradon?
Been here. Working away.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Oh, what was the last task he had tasked me with?
The last thing was like sand.
Sand,
to, like,
right.
Find good sand.
Oh, just, filtering the sand and, getting it, good purity.
Well, we've got a lot of people waking up, and we thought
Yeah.
Ulradon should know.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I, mentioned it to him. He didn't seem too concerned or interested.
It's interesting, considering it's all he cared about before he started the project.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I've met obsessive artificers before.
Yeah.
I
Well-
assume gesturing at Randus at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Still, I guess it would still be a good idea to check in,
Yes.
considering.
Yeah, suppose. Certainly wouldn't hurt.
Where is he?
You can follow the clanging. You know
Okay.
roughly probably where he is.
I'll head towards there.
Okay. As you guys approach, the clanging gets much, much louder to the point where by the time you can see him, it is pretty much unbearable.
The clanging.
Yeah. He's just kind of working away at an anvil. For the four of you, because you haven't been seeing him, Ulradan looks very different. His beard is now completely red, and he's not wearing any armor like when you first met him. He's kind of, shirtless, except he's got like kind of a little bit of a sash going, and he's got a lot more color on his skin as well. He's not as pale, and he is kind of clanging away, and then will stop and look at what he's working on, and then start again.
So he looks much better.
He looks much better.
There, Ulradon, you're looking well.
He looks over. He's like, "Thank you."
Your people have awoken.
He comes over to you guys. He's still huge. He kind of squats down to look at you. Well, why shouldn't they? It's morning, isn't it?
So you don't remember
Don't remember what?
when we first arrived? Your people were all absent.
I don't see what they would be.
Well, you thought that we had failed to wake up because of the death of the other dwarven gods.
Yes, that does weigh heavy on my mind. I did fail them, and he kind of like drops from his squat into a sit and starts stroking his beard. Yes, a great loss. So much senseless violence. What has this world become? And the color starts to drain from his beard.
It's
Well-
become something better than it was.
What do you mean?
Well,
While
you're
the
working on a
violence
great
was-
wonder, and it is improving the world through your crafting.
Oh, yes, of course. And he stands up. Well, you'll be happy to know that this sword will be done soon.
Wonderful. What will you do after that?
I hadn't thought of it. I suppose there's a great many things that need to be done. I have not been a very involved ruler in quite some time. I'm sure there's plenty of bureaucracy that I need to involve myself with.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that you'll have many projects to come then.
Yes, projects are good. Keeps the mind occupied.
Indeed. Well, I will leave you to your work then.
Oh yeah? Where are you heading out? Or where are you heading to?
That's an excellent question. I don't know. Is there something that we could do to help you?
To help me? No, I don't think so. Your friend here has already been quite helpful.
Perhaps to help your people then.
Well, did you not say that you had caused quite some amount of structural damage?
Yes.
Then perhaps you should help with that.
Sounds like an excellent use of our time.
Well, I'll be here if you need me. I'll let you know when the sword is ready.
Thank you.
Goes
She'll
back to working.
kind of nod to everyone besides Randus. Want to go do some construction work?
Not in the slightest. But we probably should.
And so we leave.
Yep.
Okay. Does Randus want to go along with them?
Well, if I think I'm at a stopping point on this task, sure, I'll go with.
Yeah, you can be if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go along. I can probably help out with construction.
So yeah, you guys head back towards the wreck. And when you get there, you can ascertain a few things. There are a few dwarves around who are trying to figure out what happened to their houses. There is also that the ship appears to have made its final landing in a kind of like a statuary park.
Mm.
So it's not actually on a structure. But it you can clearly see its trajectory and where it kind of smashed some habitations. And mostly what it kind of did is it just like sideswiped a bunch of large housing buildings and just kind of tore one of the walls off of a lot of them, and then created a lot of rubble and collapsed some floors and things like that.
That is unfortunate.
You do see Otto talking to the dwarves that are trying to figure out what the deal is.
Approach.
You get some glares from the dwarves, but Otto kind of waves them down, walks over to you guys.
Is everything okay, Otto?
I've been talking to the locals. They obviously some of them are upset that their houses were destroyed, but I've been trying to smooth things out.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's certainly fair. We want to try to rebuild here, see if we can help put things back together.
I'm sure we can, and we could certainly use the help, and especially if Orem's going to spend time, Orem and Barrett are going to spend time trying to revitalize the crew. That's going to give the rest of us a lot of extra time without anything to do, so we might as well help.
Okay.
Seems like a good idea.
All right. Well, Barrett, I guess we should get to work.
What is the ETA on our ride in game, Rodrigo?
You guys have probably been here for a good 4 days. So about 3 weeks and a couple days.
Ugh.
So Barrett and I will go over and each approach a body and situate it where we need to situate it and begin rituals. And these will be 5,000 apiece, right? Since these are not epic level characters.
We'll say these can be heroic level.
All right, so heroic level
It's 500 apiece.
is 500 apiece, I guess. Yeah.
That's fine by me. So spend 1,000 gold.
Yep.
In 8 hours.
Yep.
All right. Meanwhile, the rest of you, early on, there are a couple dwarves here that are straight up masons. So they know kind of what should be done. And definitely for at least the first day, it's all about clearing out rubble and ascertaining what is like safe to walk on and what isn't. So you guys can all help doing that since there's plenty of damage.
Sounds good.
Fair
Good old
enough.
unskilled labor.
Yep.
Twist that knife a little harder, Rodrigo. Make us feel terrible.
Damage wasn't exactly our fault.
Well, it wasn't exactly your fault. I still blame myself.
Well, there you go. That's some manual labor to ease that feeling
Soul or
of guilt.
something.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys work for a while. There's lots of work to do. And 8 hours later, Orem comes out of it.
Right?
That's how long it takes.
Yep. And I lean over crew member, I think his name's Stan. And I say, Stan, wake up.
And Stan will wake up.
Welcome back.
Feel
How do you feel?
really bad.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen. Here, sit up. And I motion for somebody to bring us over some water.
Yeah, there's no one around. You're gonna have to get him some water.
Okay. I'll go
Like
get some
Barrett's still
water,
working.
come back, and drink slow. Take your time. You're going to feel like this for a few days.
Oh, thanks.
Do you remember anything?
Not really.
Okay, well, why don't you rest? Drink water, and somebody will be around shortly to bring you some food and some other things.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. Then I will stand up, proceed over to the next body, and sit down and begin again.
Okay. Well, go ahead and spend another 1,000 as Barrett will also start on the next one.
All right. And I clear a circle, sit down at the top of the head, put my index finger and my thumb together and put it on the subject's, I think this one's name's Julia, on the forehead, and begin my meditations and prayers and chants and incantations for 8 hours.
Okay. You guys continue to work. Take some breaks, but it's hard work. It's like there's like no two ways around it. This is like straight up very physical work. Definitely, if you don't have a good constitution score, you're probably dealing with some serious back pain by about 10 hours in.
Yeah, I covered in blisters
All over her back.
all over my talons. I'm not built for this.
Your talons have flesh? I thought your talons were bone.
Well,
I'm so
my
confused.
hands.
They have like skin and like scales.
Yeah, they're like kind of scaly hands. Like the talons are more like fingernails. I joke.
Have you been picturing Little Sparkle with just like skeleton hands coming out of her feathers?
No. Okay, so like a parakeet's foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've been
like that.
picturing.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
then
that, but like human
the talons
size.
are like the bony protrusions at the end.
Oh yeah. They're like big curved nails.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm on the same level. We're just using different terminology.
I see. All right.
So I'm like, parakeet feet. Which
She's got like
think is a
bird
Disney
hands
movie.
and feet.
Parakeet hands and feet? Oh, that's creepy.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
And I turn into a giant flaming lizard. No, it's cool. It's actually fine.
I thought you turned into a giant flaming snake.
Lizard
Snakes, lizards,
Not the same thing.
synapsids. It's all good.
They're exactly the same thing. It's
salamander. Whatever.
Yeah.
in the natural
A
world. It's
bunch
all
of
just
crap.
Octopus,
reptilian. It's all the same.
eukaryote.
Prokaryote,
Stoatoa.
Nematode,
Nutella.
same thing.
They're
Are you about done
I don't
making
know.
Rob
There's
suffer?
just some Monty Python music playing in the background.
Dave Matthews Band concert attendant.
Oh.
What would you say, Rodrigo?
I don't know. In any case,
Was waiting for that.
there is a lot of work to do. And you guys also no real interruption and not a lot of help. So you guys can probably keep working up until you guys get tired, because chances are you're going to get tired before the dwarves get tired
Oh yeah.
of like playing with rocks.
The trick is you don't lift with your back, you lift with your giant robot arm.
Exactly.
I don't have a giant robot arm.
Well,
See, there's your first mistake.
that's a problem. See,
I'm built for bureaucracy and stabbing.
what you do, you gotta take them bird hands and trade them in on a giant robot hand.
I don't want a giant robot hand. That seems much worse for like. I guess he does fine work with. I still don't want a giant robot hand.
Yeah, probably a good call.
I always say I'm built for bureaucracy and zapping, and I'm doing fine.
Yeah, but you also put everything into your thingama. That stat whose name
Just because I zap with my con.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
All right, is this conversation in character?
I say
Sort of?
no.
I mean, Little Sparkle will probably at some point realize that, like, wish that there was something better for her skills to do than this, but she can't really figure it out.
Yeah, not really. If you guys could drum up some sort of workforce, that would probably be a lot better for you, because then you could manage it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we don't I guess
Well,
that would require money.
we might need her skills later when we
Yeah.
go talk to the quarry master lumber mill guy to get more resources or something.
Mm-hmm.
Another 8 hour goes by. Orem finishes the ritual, and pretty much everybody in the party is exhausted.
Yeah. I think it's time for Orem and Barrett to take a rest, or else we're not going to make it. And we're going to screw up one of these rituals if we're not careful.
Yep.
So we will make sure that the 4 revived bodies are now being taken care of, that they have water and food and a blanket, and they have a fire to sit around, or something to keep them warm.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll cook a little something or travel to one of the shops and see about procuring some food.
Yeah, you can go somewhere and get some food. There's definitely a lot of cured meats and sausage type things.
Yeah.
And also a lot of bread.
I will bring back a bunch of that.
Are there any animals on the island now?
When you were tracking down the troll, you saw evidence of animals. There have to be like goats and stuff in the forest.
Right.
But you haven't really spotted a lot of like deer running around or anything.
But they clearly weren't there when we first arrived. Is that correct?
You don't know.
Okay. I thought we had looked and couldn't find anything.
Yeah. You did look and you couldn't find anything. But
okay,
that doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't anything. It's just you didn't find anything.
Just that we saw.
So it's not clear whether these animals have materialized recently or were just very shy. So
I hand out big old
reconvene.
Yeah.
Or like where are you guys staying now?
Apparently around the wreckage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I hand out sausages to everybody and some bread, and I tell them, if they slice the bread, they can put the sausage in the bread and eat it.
Little Sparkle just eats the bread.
Sakar just eats the sausage.
Oh,
I'll trade you my bread for your extra sausage.
Sure. Sounds good. Then I pass out.
Intentionally or just?
Oh yeah,
She's
just fall
tired.
asleep.
She's tired.
Okay. It's not like I've died.
No.
I mean, I feel like I've died, but just from hard labor.
And I'll go ahead and go into a meditative state.
Okay.
Are we going to consider a watch, or do we feel like we are safe with the...
You and me on first watch.
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, guess I'll hit the hay. I guess choose who you need when you guys are ready to switch.
All right, so what's the plan?
Scar and Cat on watch, what with them being the two actually capable of staying awake at this point?
Sure.
Yeah, or probably most capable.
Yeah.
At some
I mean,
level.
you guys are pretty beat. But yeah.
Oh, we have more beating to take. Is
Sure.
this, I think, what it is.
All right. So what do you guys do during your watch?
Wander around groggily.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, did you see that thing over there?
It's nothing. You got this.
Okay.
All right. Well, that shift goes by uneventfully.
I will poke the Orem. Poke, poke, poke.
Yes.
Your turn.
I'll awaken Randus.
Go and
Warden
take
Duthane. Warden Duthane.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Sakar.
Time to change shifts.
Okay. I'll get up. Hey, Orm.
Hey, I'm going to go check on our newly revived crew members.
Sounds good. I'll keep an eye out here, I suppose.
I go and check on the crew members, make sure that they have water. If anybody's hungry, I'll give them some more bread and some sausages. some jerkies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're sleeping fitfully.
As expected. I'm
Send
not a cleric, so I can't say any prayers over them, but I send them some positive Eldrin vibes to hope that their dreams are peaceful and happy.
Oh, okay.
I'll have the assistants skitter up the highest points of the wreckage and keep an eye out for any lumbering haystacks moving around.
Sounds good. But the rest of the shift goes on uneventfully.
Okay. Well, I suppose I'll go wake Sparkle.
Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your sleep.
Yeah, I'll do that. Hey, Sparkle?
Everything hurts.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, now that you've let it cool down, it's the worst.
Well, I'm gonna go back to bed.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. Good night.
So I'll hand little Sparkle some water. Drink. This will help.
Is it like magic healing spa water?
As water. All water is magical.
I suppose you can like heat some rocks up.
Sure. I'll put some rocks by the fire.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I'll put the rocks on her feet.
Oh.
And then I'll look around and see if there are any dwarves wandering around the area.
No.
Everybody's asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no like night watch or anything in this town.
Presumably there is, but they're not here.
Okay. Then just kind of hang out, look around.
Okay.
Move rocks around, give them to Sparkle.
I'll walk around with my rocks and try to, loosen up my muscles.
I show her a few stretching exercises that she can do.
Oh, I know stretching.
But do you know Eladrin stretching?
I don't know. What's Eladrin stretching like?
Orm turns into a pretzel.
Ah! That's weird. How do your bones move like that?
Oh, like this. And he goes like, la, 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 la.
Bones? What are bones?
Looks like he's triple jointed.
Ah, are you it's even worse than when you were flat.
Yeah, but feels so good. Try it.
No, I think I'd pull something.
Okay. Well, remember, lift with your knees.
Yeah. I don't think my knees are really meant to lift that way.
Okay. Do your knees go backwards?
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, that would be her ankles.
All right. Would it? Okay.
If we're working off of the same physiology of an actual bird.
Yeah, my knees go.
Well, no. Birds are usually not digitigrades.
Yeah.
So birds' knees actually do bend in the opposite direction. Like when you think of a dog, that's how they work. It's their toes are on the ground, and then that goes back to the ankle, then forward to the knee, and then their knees bend like humans do. But birds, actually, their legs, their calves point backwards, their knees bend forwards, and they have all access to all of their digits to, either walk flat or grab onto things.
Yeah.
So Kenku don't have to operate that way. But if we want to write in some sort of vestigial thing where Kenku can bend their legs backwards, I would be okay with that.
I like it. I think it goes with their super high dex.
Sure.
So she's like, they go either way, but I think it's just mostly not having enough leg muscles.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the rest of the night goes on uneventfully.
Okay. Well, when everyone awakes, I'll travel down to the bakery again and get some morning rolls, some sweet rolls or something that they might have, and come back and make sure everybody's fed. And then when Barrett is ready, I guess we'll sit down and try to revive 4 more souls today.
Okay. Go ahead and spend 1,000 gold.
I will spend 1,000 gold.
How many of these do we have left?
Counting the one he just started, there would be
When they're
6.
okay.
Oh, okay.
So these 2 plus 4 more. Right,
So we've
because there
got
were 10.
Yes, 10. And everyone else, what do they do, I wonder?
Eat some sweet rolls and go back to another day of grueling labor.
In the literal salt mines.
No.
I don't think
No.
we need salt.
These are still figurative salt mines. They just feel like salt mines.
The only salt comes from her sweat and tears.
All right, so you guys go back to work.
Yep.
The day progresses much in the same way. Some other locals join in the effort to clear the area. Now you can choose whether you are somebody who sifts through the rubble and helps take things down there, or if you are like carrying a cart loaded with rocks down to some other staging area. There's now enough people to have 2 different tasks instead of you having to load up your own cart and then lug it somewhere.
Ooh, sifting.
Okay. You do know that involves the most direct lifting of rocks, right?
Not that then. The other thing.
The pulling and pushing of carts.
All right. So everybody gets the rare treat of watching Little Sparkle control or try to have a control runaway cart down a hill a couple times before she really gets the hang of it. Yeah, there's a lot of field digging going on. But the day pretty much goes on without, any major issues. There's some injuries at the site, but, like some things cave in, but nothing major. And as as the workday is ending and everybody's packing it up to head back, there is a flash of light about maybe 5 feet away from Randus, and this strange glow materializes in front of him. And then takes the form of a ram, or rather a ram's head. It's probably about the size of a full-grown person, just the head. And that's all there is. It's glowing with kind of a reddish glow. And it says, Randus!
Oh, yeah, hi. Who are you?
I am a messenger from Ulridon.
Oh, okay. So you have a message?
Yes. I am to inform you that the sword is nearly complete.
Oh.
And you should contact the interested parties.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get on that. Thank you.
You are welcome. And it dissipates.
Okay, hey guys.
Oh, they saw that.
Okay.
Everybody
we
except
saw.
Dora, impossible.
So time to get a hold of
Bronze
Marquette.
Oh yeah.
Mardeka.
Yep. That was dramatic. You want to send the setting?
Yeah.
I think Randus is the only one that can send the sending right now.
By one of you, we mean Randus.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to try and help. There's no possible way that could go poorly.
So, are we gonna bring the sword there, or what's the plan on? presenting this.
The
Well,
Well,
we
I think
have no means
we
of getting the
previously
sword
discussed
there.
that someone from the Bronze Prince was going to come and pick it up.
Okay.
at which point we would be granted an boon.
Yes, which might be repairing our ship.
Okay. I want to contact Marudeka.
Yep.
What are you
Sounds
telling him?
Okay.
So is wubba lubba dub dub one word or four?
The Bronze Prince's sword is near completion. Please send an envoy to pick it up. And if it is acceptable, we would like our boon to be repair of our ship. So would request assistance.
Okay. So I send sending. Yes. What's the price?
There's going to be a true sending.
Yeah, I think so. So 25,000.
Does it need to be a true sending?
Yes.
Because it's the Astral Sea.
Yeah, you're talking about truly colossal distances. Oh, you're saying because you're so confident that Randus is going to get it in one?
Don't you have a scroll, Brian? Didn't we make a scroll
he
for
could
everybody?
Roll a 2 and probably get it in one.
Do you really want to
Probably
jinx this?
could.
I just don't know what the
I would be
actual
more
numbers
than-
are
I would
that
be-
we need.
Yeah, I would be more than happy with you guys gambling the money for a sending and then failing that and then sending a true sending for the against just having to send a single sending. I will take that action.
All right. If we want to do this.
Especially with Brian making the roll.
Yeah. So which one are we doing?
I suppose we will try a normal sending at
How much is the difference
50.
between the two in terms of price?
Astronomical.
It's pretty high. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
really?
like
Okay.
A regular
like
sending
50
is
gold.
50.
Yes. A true sending, what I say, 25,000?
Go for it.
Okay.
So we need a 40 or higher to get anywhere on the plane. Brian has a plus 35 right now.
Yep.
I can make that a plus 2 by rolling at least a 2, because my arcane is more than a 10. So it gives us a 37, which gives Brian a 10% chance of failure, which means we should probably just spend the 25,000.
Brian, the component cost for true sending is 4,000.
Oh, that's
25,000 is to learn it.
Oh, well, shoot. That's not.
Okay. That's still.
I mean, yeah. So which one are you doing after all?
I'd still be okay with wasting the 50 if necessary.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess statistically speaking, you could be sending just a bunch of crappy sendings until it lands.
So you're
would
going to
still be
assist or
cheaper.
not?
All right, give me a roll. Spend the 50 gold and give me a roll.
Well, I made
All
it.
right.
With an 18 on the die.
Yep, that's good enough.
Oh, Brian got there without my help.
Well, shouldn't you? Nope. Try again.
I guess you did declare it, so let's see if you botch it for him.
Yeah. That's what.
You do not botch it for him.
Okay.
Not this time.
With a 4 on
Not
the die.
this time. All right. So, you get the sending? What does it say?
Ulradon is nearing completion on the sword for the Bronze Prince. Send someone to receive it. We would request as a boon repair of our ship.
New phone, who dis?
New
Prank call.
Yeah, new software. Who dis? You
Acknowledge.
get something back from Marudeka.
They're saying they'll be here at noon tomorrow.
Excellent.
Okay. Should I do another sending to Ulradon? Maybe I should have gotten his messenger's name.
I mean,
His name
yeah,
was
or
Clarence.
you could just go walk over there. It's not that far.
I suppose. Yeah, I guess I'll wander on down. Let him know.
Okay. Randus heads down to Ulradon's.
Yep.
Okay. What do the rest of you do?
Bring back number 5 and 6, see how they're doing, see how the other 4 are doing, and then get started on the next one.
Okay.
Next pair.
Hey, I think I've got the hang of this cart thing.
All right.
All right. So Randus goes to talk to Ulradon.
Yep.
When you get there, you find him in his throne room. He's talking to a couple of dwarves who look very officious. Or I guess official.
Okay, I won't interrupt. I'll try to wait for them to finish up, and then I'll approach.
Yeah. After a little while, he waves you in and dismisses the others.
Well, I heard back from the Bronze Prince's people. They'll have a delegation here tomorrow at noon.
Oh, good. The sword is cooling now, so it should be ready.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. I'm sure he'll be very grateful. I know we certainly are. Thank you again for this boon.
Oh, it has been my pleasure, and it has been quite an honor to work with you.
Absolutely, me too. It has definitely been a great experience. I've learned quite a bit in this endeavor, and I thank you for that opportunity as well.
You are welcome. Perhaps you can stand by my side tomorrow when I give the sword to the delegation.
I would be honored.
See if you can talk to my attendants about getting you some formal clothes, unless you have some of your own.
I can talk to them and see what we can put together.
Sounds good.
Thank you again. I'll get right on that.
Yeah. Politely points at motions to the door.
I head out that way.
Okay.
Yep, so I will find an attendant of his.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the absolutely most busiest, and ask about some sort of officious outfit I could wear, and see what we can do to get that tailored to human-sized.
Yeah, we'll have to do some alterations, but just let me get your measurements here. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. We'll have something for you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll head back to the party.
Okay. So, yep, the workday is pretty much over. You all head back to the ship.
Yep.
Well, you find Orem there. He looks pretty rough.
Hey, Orem, how's it going there?
Did we succeed in these next 2?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just have 2 more to go. Randus, I'm going to need some some residuum, some materials to finish up these last two. They've kind of drained me.
Yeah, absolutely. How much you need?
Could you cover me for like 3,000?
Yeah, not a problem. Actually, give you 4 just because
Okay,
it makes my total slightly more round.
There we go. Thank you. How's everything going on your end?
Oh, it's the building's going, the Olerdon's finishing. The sword's actually cooling now, and delegation of the Bronze Prince is coming tomorrow, and
wow,
to receive it.
I look up at the sky to see where the sun's at, and it's like, wow, it's very fast.
Yeah, he really did amazing job crafting it. I'm supposed to be at his side for the gifting, and it's going to be at noon tomorrow. So if you want to maybe take a break from this.
How many have I done today, Rodrigo? 2? So there's 2 more left.
Yep, there's 2 left. So you just need 1 a pop for you and Barrett.
Okay, so I think everyone needs to be there tomorrow. So I guess I'll take first shift. I'll take second shift tonight when everyone goes to sleep, so I have time to finish these last 2 before the ceremony.
I would, don't push yourself too hard, but if you feel that's best.
That way, if we are indeed going to get our ship repaired, that way we don't have to wait around and we can just all get back to where we need to go next. I'm guessing after this, we should probably talk with the others, but to double check with the Bronze Prince and see if he is on board, maybe, and for sure see if Ulridon is on board with our plan.
That's understandable. You might want to tie up a few loose ends here before we go, but we'll definitely see, how long it takes them to fix the ship, or how this meeting goes, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go get some food, bring it back for everyone, and if you would kind of keep an eye on everyone here, make sure that they have plenty of water.
Okay. We did get the scrying pool working again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I will send word back to base and let them know the current situation.
Okay. I wander off back to my 2 favorite shops that provide food and who only look at me somewhat strange when I walk in the door each time.
Mm-hmm.
And again, pick up more food and supplies for everyone back at the camp.
Okay. So Randus is going to go send a message back to base?
Yeah. I'll basically, tell whoever's waiting at the pool that lets us know that Ulridon has finished the sword, and a Bronze Prince delegation is coming tomorrow at noon to receive that, and we have requested a boon of having the ship repaired, and we'll follow up with the results of that.
Okay, you can send that along.
All right. Thank you.
And what's everybody else doing?
Guess I'll probably maybe look for dwarf clothes. I'll try to get my clothes laundered so I can look somewhat presentable for tomorrow.
Okay.
That's probably a good plan.
That's an excellent plan.
Wait, Orm still has prestidigitation, doesn't he?
Yes.
Say what?
Orm still has prestidigitation, doesn't he?
Of course. Actually, let me double check, because I may have
untrained.
I may have untrained that, because I still have.
Is that not a class feature?
It is a class feature.
Okay.
It used to be that there were only 5 cantrips, so you would get all of those.
Yeah.
But then they added a bunch more, so you still pick out 3 or 5 or however many there are. So now you could potentially not have prestidigitation.
I see. You could have swapped it out during one of the rebuilds.
Yeah, I could have swapped it out for a better ghost sound.
Maybe. Yeah.
So I come back with food for everyone, and I check in on all of the resurrected crew to see how they're doing. Still, some of them are tired, some of them are feeling better, yes or no?
Yeah. They're pretty bedraggled.
I'm sure.
Okay. We may need to discuss. Are we gonna take everyone back to base, or?
Probably would not hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had any incidents since the first, and we could always get, say, Sarsa or even the Lantern Archon to get a assessment of them. They might be better at understanding what's going on.
Otto comes over and sits with you guys. He's been like working with you guys.
Hey, Otto.
Actually, Barrett and I talked about it, and we feel that we shouldn't go back.
Oh, okay.
Why's that?
Well, we haven't felt anything different, but we really don't have any information one way or the other, and I'm inclined to trust Ket's supernatural senses. I don't know if there's anything really wrong with us, but I don't want to risk it. So I don't want to be a point of reference for finding our base or anything else. I mean, for all we know, that has already happened or is not going to happen.
Yeah.
But we'd rather not risk it. And Barrett and I feel that there's a lot of we could actually provide a lot of help here.
Yeah, and if you guys want to stay here, I could certainly understand that. I mean, yeah, I do feel like that any compromised information there may have been would have already happened. So, I mean, I'd say it's your call.
No, he's not wrong. He could. It could be not like if it wasn't a mental thing. If it's just like an arcane, I don't know, scrying mark on his soul or something.
Yeah,
or a waypoint or something. We don't know, and I'm sure eventually they'll have mystics in this island that can maybe help us in that sense.
Fair enough.
Also, I feel that it is somewhat unfair to ask the crew to continue working after they have literally died. So
true.
Barrett and I have talked to Sarsa, and she is okay with discharging them. Once the ship is repaired, I can show you all how to at least get it back to Rutile Island before another crew comes in.
Okay. Definitely sounds good. So your crew, I mean, is there... Because, am I correct? They weren't all dwarves, right?
No, they weren't all dwarves.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's... we could probably try to arrange to have your crew go anywhere they may want to go?
We'll do that. We'll take care of that.
We'll take care. Okay. I just, I want to help out any way I can.
Well, I'm sorry that it really seems that our association with this project may be at an end, but the best thing you can do for us is to finish what you started.
Definitely. I mean, I certainly sad to lose you both. I think we'll both fondly remember you as we continue this endeavor, and we're gonna, do that.
Well, we may see each other again, but
very possible.
If we don't, it certainly has been a lot of fun, at least for me.
Well, I'm glad you found at least a good portion of it enjoyable. It's been good times, Otto.
Oh, thanks. Anyway, I'm going to go turn in for the night, but probably see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And he goes off.
I guess that does alleviate some concern, I suppose.
Yeah, it's sad, but noble, and I think they'll be well appreciated and taken care of here.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they can do some good here. Yeah, I suppose we should try to freshen up and get rested up and just get ready to be as presentable as we can tomorrow.
Seems
right.
reasonable.
You guys try and go find dwarven dry cleaners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they have one.
Good.
Excellent.
You can get Barrett to translate for you, but yeah, they'll get your clothes ready.
Nice.
They'll like steam them and stuff. I'm guessing you guys all have like a non-armor outfit that you travel with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, several.
Yeah.
More or less.
It's the same thing, only he turns up the jacket collar.
Just flips up
I
the
mean, my
collar,
armor is my jacket, so
Yeah, but if you turn up the collar, just wrap a thing around it. It looks like a tie. It makes it all formal.
I mean, I'm sure that there's at least sometimes when Ked walks into a room and sees another guy wearing a jacket like that, and he's like, "Oh, now I have to change."
We both clearly
I
shopped
don't
at the
have to
same
change.
adventurer store.
Mhm.
someone has to change, but it is certainly not me.
Yeah,
All right,
you'd
so
be surprised how
everybody-
many times I go to the ninja convention and everyone's just like, really?
Yeah.
Black leather armor?
Yeah, and still everybody makes fun of that guy that's wearing like red stuff with like a cat mask. It's like that's your only two options when you're a ninja.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody except for Ked and Randus can turn in their non-fighty outfit to have it dry cleaned. Ked can turn in his regular outfit and hang out in his boxers for a while. And Randus is getting a new outfit.
Yes.
Wait, did you hear that sound? It was 1,000 fanfics being launched.
It's party time.
Also, fan art.
Well, so what do you guys do for the night?
I take first watch.
You
Uh,
Oh no, I
think we
sleep.
could
I
probably
sleep. I
forgo
sleep.
watches
I
at
sleep
this
the
point.
first watch.
meditate the first watch.
Yes.
I think she has a point. I'm not sure if a watch is really.
Necessary at this point.
I would agree. I mean,
Definitely don't think
Given
we need
this-
to double up anymore.
and given the fact that we're going to be, in an official capacity as envoys tomorrow, we may want to all get as much rest as possible.
mhm.
4 hours later,
Yeah.
Orm gets up and starts performing the ritual on the last two bodies.
Okay.
Don't you still need like another couple hours of rest?
Nope. All
No,
he needs is 4 hours.
all I need is 4 hours.
4 hours in a coma.
Okay. Spend your 500.
I have done so.
And I guess eventually everybody gets up.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Start heading towards Ordon so I can get dressed and ready.
Okay.
Bye, Randus. Have fun.
Yeah.
You're bringing people back from the dead.
Yes, I know.
I'll go pick up our clothes.
But I left Randus a note before I
Oh, okay.
started the ritual.
Because they're,
Like a little,
they're only
little
mostly
bag
dead.
with a sandwich. Have
Yes.
fun at Olredon's
Uh-huh.
today.
And it's just the same sausage in a bun.
All right. Yep. Your clothes look nice.
Would be
And-
awesome.
Mm.
They got all the
And,
step marks out.
Yep. They got.
The mustard.
Yeah, that's the difficult one. Those like red wine stains.
Empathy.
So Randus heads to Alredon's,
Mhm.
and When he gets there, there are some attendants waiting for him who will help him get into his clothes, which is actually something that Randus has become kind of familiar with. It's kind of a military-looking outfit, high collar, epaulets, two like kind of double-breasted kind of thing.
Sort of a Captain Stern look.
Yeah, in kind of a reddish brown. And they'll like just like straight up like take off your goggles and like comb your hair and stuff.
Yep.
That won't last.
Familiar, and
it comes with like white gloves, but they might opt to not use them because one glove probably isn't going to fit over the robot hand.
Okay. Yep. Dressed again in these clothes. Definitely wasn't the thing I least missed from nobility. Okay. All right. I think I'm ready.
All right. So, Ulridon will meet you outside of the dome. He is wearing his armor again. Just kind of this full plate of really nice kind of dark gray armor, which really contrasts with his beard, which is bright red now. He's wearing kind of a circlet kind of crown. Just kind of like the same type of like dark gray metal. And he has a wooden case, which clearly has the sword, but he's enormous, so he's just kind of like holding it in one hand. Because this is like a regular size sword. And he's there with a bunch of dwarven attendants who are dressed kind of similarly to how they've dressed Randus, as well as some armored ones and some like really fancy looking rams as well that are wearing like armor, and they're really big. They're like maybe a good 5.5 feet at the shoulder. And it's kind of like turns into a small procession. Probably all of 20 people, including Randus and Ulridon, making their way through the Undercity to the top. What is everybody else doing in the meantime?
I'll follow the procession, kind of observe who's there, what they're saying. Though I suppose that'll probably be hard considering I don't speak Dwarven.
Well, the Ulridon's attendants have been talking to Randus in Common. So these guys at least speak Common. But I did not realize that the rest of you had gone down with Randus. Had you all gone down with Randus?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well,
I thought we
RM
were...
had.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys... Eventually, the procession is going to get close to where you guys are.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, I think we'll just, get cleaned up ourselves and wait for the procession to advance to where we are.
Yeah.
So, yep, eventually you guys see it, largely because you can see Ulridon, like, above the rooftops. And once they start to get close to the coast, there is a bright flash of light and a platform made out of white stone with bronze filigree appears in the astral sea, like in the sea itself, and then a bridge of bronze begins to materialize between it and the shore. In the platform, or on the platform, are some of the critters that you guys encountered with the Bronze Prince. So some kind of mechanical people types with like sort of where like their joints don't touch, just kind of like floating in the correct place. Some spiders, some mechanical spiders, a couple of large mechanical centaurs, and in the middle of it all is the Bronze Prince himself.
Neat.
Yeah. Some attendants come over and get you guys to kind of be part of this, and they'll show you where to stand. And the procession stops, and Ulridon kind of holds out a hand and says, yes, the Bronze Prince. Please be welcome to the 1,000-hectare armory. We are glad to have you here. And the Bronze Prince's procession crosses the bridge and walks towards him. And once he is within earshot, the Bronze Prince bows and says, "Thank you for having us, and thank you for agreeing to create something for me. I am honored just to know that you have worked on something." And Ulridon says, "Well, I think you are going to really like this." And he kind of breaks ranks and moves forward. And when he does, he starts to shrink to like a normal dwarf size. And he kind of waves for Randus to come along with him.
Yeah, I fall alongside and walk along.
Yep. And he takes the case and holds it up to Randus for him to kind of hold it.
I hold it.
Okay. And Ulridon kind of pushes it down a little bit, like hold it lower. I'm a normal sized dwarf now.
Oh yeah. Adjust and kind of nod, bow.
He opens the case and he pulls it out, and it is a curved sword, kind of scimitar with a slight clip. You know, it's not like a wavy scimitar or a or like a khopesh. You know, it doesn't have like a big crazy curve, but it clearly has a curve to it. It is the handle and crossguard are bronze, and the blade itself is a very clean, very bright steel. Ulridon takes the sword, holds it up for everyone to see, and says, "Behold the sword I have created for you. This is closing argument." And he kind of holds the sword so that, you know, basically with his palms out, so that he's holding it from like the tip of the blade and the bottom of the hilt, and holds it up to the Bronze Prince. The Bronze Prince takes it, looks at it, takes a couple of kind of very slight swings with it. He doesn't like actually swing around very crazily. He just kind of moves it around with his wrist. And he says, "It is beautiful. A curved sword, though. And Ulridon strokes his beard and nods. He says, "Yes, I know that your last sword was a long sword, so I did not want to tread on anything too emotional." And you all see, like, probably the first time you've ever seen this, you detect the slightest curl to the Bronze Prince lip, as though a smile is trying to get out, which immediately disappears. And he nods and he says, "Thank you. I will treasure this." And he says, "Well," and he takes the case from Randus and hands it to one of his attendants. "As long as you follow up on your part of the deal, we should be able to call it good." And he nods. And Alredan says, "Well, feel free to stay as long as you want, but I assume you have a lot of work to do." And the Bronze Prince nods. He says, "Yes, we should be out. We should be gone within a couple hours." And Alredan nods and says, "Well, enjoy our hospitality here. And when you need to leave, let my attendants know. I have a lot of work to do, unfortunately." And the Bronze Prince nods. Which seems like saying, "Hey, I have a lot of work to do," might be something rude, but that's the wavelength that these two are in. It's almost less rude for you to be like, "I have paperwork to get to, Bronze Prince." It'd be like, "Oh, great, thank you for ignoring me and doing something lawful."
I also wanted to get back to paperwork.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he wants to like hang out and take in the sights. And Ulridan's procession follows them, kind of leaving you guys. And the Bronze Prince sheathes his sword and walks over to you and kind of brings Randus over.
Yeah.
So you followed through on what you said you would.
Yes, sir.
I certainly appreciate that.
Definitely. It was definitely an interesting experience for me as well. Got to help him out in the craft of that amazing sword.
That is actually more helpful than you know. And he holds out a hand, and one of his attendants brings a glowing white orb, probably about the size of a volleyball.
Oh.
And you see, it is a simple thing for us to repair something that was built of mortal hands, which actually means that you have made your sword more, or you have made this sword more resonant with me.
Oh.
And he hands the orb to Randus. "Take this to whatever it is that you need repaired, and it shall be so, assuming that it was built by mortal hands."
Yes, I believe it was fully mortally crafted, so I think that should work.
Good. Is there anything else before we take our leave?
I think that's all we would ask of you. I thank you for coming and for this boon and accepting the gift.
Thank you. You have done a great service for me, and you are always welcome to come speak to us again if you need to. My answer on your proposal remains the same, but know that I consider you friends of justice.
I'm glad to hear it. I certainly understand that you had to stand with your answer, but yeah, you've definitely done us a great help, and you've actually, I feel, helped Ulridon come around and be better himself since he is awoken, and yeah, I think things are better right now.
Good. Good. Well, I return to the Hexagon Towers. Please use that orb at your earliest convenience, and we will consider this matter settled.
Absolutely. I thank you again. You have a good day.
He nods, turns around, gets his entourage back onto the platform, and they disappear in a flash.
Okay. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go back and maybe see if I can get a hold of Pistonella, perhaps, and see if we should try to drag this out into the... Well, would they have they don't have to... I don't know. I guess we'll have to contact... Oh, we can do ascending, I suppose. But yeah, we should... Yeah, if we might need this out on the sea before we repair it.
Well, at least at the
concern. Beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
How far away are we from the Astral Sea?
Well, not close, unfortunately.
Yes.
It would require a lot of work to get the ship out there.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to send her ascending. Anyone else know what further I should ask if we want to get this out to sea since we can magically and instantly repair it?
Well,
make sure it was crafted by mortal hands.
We could, send to make sure it was crafted by mortal hands, and we could maybe get some help from Ulridon's people moving this thing.
Didn't Ulridon's defensive drones bring it here?
Well,
no, we went through a
they kind of it was a malfunction with the solenoid that sort of teleported it up here.
Oh, yes.
Could we use the solenoid to teleport it to the beach?
Gosh, I think that'd be a terrible idea.
And honestly,
I think we should talk to Ulridon about moving it.
Isn't this ship in a multitude of parts?
Yes.
So yes, that would be. It'd probably be better to put it back together and then try to move one thing instead of move 50 things.
That does seem wise.
But yes, we also need to make sure that we have Ulridon agreeing to sign the treaty. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think, said as much that we'd fulfilled our end of the bargain. But if we want to ask him for some form of official signature or token or whatever.
Yes. And so the scrying pool, Rodrigo, only allows one-to-one communication, right? Just back to the Rutile Island? Okay.
Yeah, it only gets you back to Rutile Island. I mean, you can all crowd around it and you can all talk into it.
No, but I meant like...
Oh, to talk to Pistonella? No.
Yeah, if she had a scrying pool, it doesn't work to her.
No.
All right.
And she should be here in, what, a couple days?
No, in a couple of weeks still. We're still like 3 weeks away.
3 weeks and 4 days a couple of days ago, so...
3 weeks and 4 days. I misheard that earlier.
All right, so what's the plan?
We're going to see if we can talk to someone belonging to Ulridon about moving our ship.
Okay. Well, Ulridon is still Ulridon is still topside. He hasn't made it all the way back to...
Great. Then I nominate Randus.
Go, Randus, go. Go talk to Ulridon.
Okay. I'll go talk to Ulridon.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
Sakar comes along for moral support.
Okay. Yep, Ulridon is just kind of walking through the city, inspecting things.
Hey, Ulridon.
Oh, hello, Randus.
Did
you get your boon?
Yeah. I kind of show him the glowing orb, and so we're gonna use this to repair the ship. Although I think we may want to move it to the sea or as close as we can before we do that. I was wondering if we could perhaps get some assistance from your people to move our wreckage.
Drag it back to the sea?
Yes. Or, again, as close as we can.
Yes, I suppose we can do that. He looks over at one of his attendants and says, something to him, because nobody that came speaks Dwarven. Yep. He says, I suppose you'll be leaving soon?
Yeah, assuming this all goes as it should, we'll be probably leaving fairly shortly.
Well, you can consider me and the armory an ally in your quest. So, should a new treaty arise, you have our support.
Excellent. I definitely appreciate the support, and thank you for all the assistance you've provided us and the hospitality. Thank you again. It was a great learning opportunity. I had a lot of fun, and Will said that we had to move out of here so quickly, but we'll definitely do what we can to clean up whatever further messes we made before we leave as well.
Sounds good, but you shouldn't worry too much about that. I'll get some crews over.
Okay.
We'll get your wreck to the shore probably within a few hours.
Sounds good. I'll reach out to the ship's engineer just to make sure that nothing we need to worry about. Thank you, and we'll get that going from there.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
And he walks away.
All right, well, I think that's a good place to stop this week. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out. If you have any questions, podcast@majorspoilers.com. We certainly enjoy answering your questions on the show. And if you would like to show your support and keep the show going far, far, far into the future, then why don't you head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers and help us out there as well. Every little bit helps. And when we get all of you kicking in just a little bit, oh man, we'll be able to do so much more for you. So until next time, for Brian and Samantha and Rob and Rodrigo and Matthew and myself, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2018 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.